We are live. We are live. Super excited to have this call today with you guys. I'll share with you how to scale your e-commerce brand from 100K per month to $1 million per month. So this will be mostly for people that are already doing some numbers on with their e-commerce brands and want to take that to the next level. So again, we'll be talking about how to scale your e-commerce brand from 100K per month to $1 million per month. And for those of you who are new to me, to my social channels, my name is Alex Fedotov. I've been in e-commerce since like 2016. Since then, scaled many brands to over 8 figures in sales. We currently operating e-commerce portfolio, generating probably finish this year at $50 million in sales. So I'll be sharing with you what's working for us, what helped us to scale, and as you guys might be facing some issues with scaling, or maybe this year is not as good as the years before, I want to share with you exactly what's working for us right now on the scaling side, and have this like value-packed presentation. So please make sure that you stick until the end. So I'll share with you all of the moving parts that you have to take into consideration when scaling your e-commerce business. And if you want the slides from this presentation, please DM me on Instagram, DM me slides. So I'll share it with you. And if you just put one in the chat box, so I make sure that you can hear me and you can see me okay. Just put one in the chat box. Let me see here if you can hear me okay. Just put one. Just want to make sure that the sound is on point. And if you can see me, if you can hear me okay, just put one in the chat. All right, just put one in the chat. So some people saying that sound's not working on IG. Let me see here. One, perfect. Hey, Roderick. All right, yeah. So this is a bit of like advanced stuff that we'll be covering. So if you're starting out, probably there will be some certain things that you don't understand, which is totally fine. Hey, Yala, Ben, Heather. So if you have any questions, cool, awesome. 111 slides. Just DM me slides. So she send you the presentation from this call. And also, if you have any questions throughout this call, please just drop it in the comments so I can cover those as well if we have some time. And with that being said, super excited to jump into the presentation. If you can just drop, like before we start, very quickly, what kind of revenue you're doing right now with your e-commerce business per month, so I can see kind of like how to adapt certain things and how to be as valuable as possible to you guys. So just please drop in the chat how much revenue you're doing per month with your e-commerce business. We have a question here. What's the final scaling? We'll explain that exactly. I'll show you examples. I'll show you different frameworks that you need to do in order to utilize final scaling in your business. So it will be very valuable for those of you who are struggling to scale. Maybe you have low profitability. Maybe you're just like trying to spend more money on ads, but for some reason your business doesn't scale. So we have some people here doing 500K per month. Awesome. We have some people here. Shaban is doing 15K per month. Very cool. And with that being said, I'm very excited to get started. And I'll share my screen. You guys let me know if you can see my screen, because it is vertical format here. And I want to make sure that you are able to see my screen. Let me just do the preview here. So let me see here how that looks like on Instagram. And with that being said, I'll show you how to scale your e-commerce brand from 100K per month to $1+ million per month, how to do it as efficiently as possible, as profitably as humanly possible. And that will be something that you can start applying into your business right away. Comment slides if you want access to this full presentation. There's a lot of stuff, and I'll try to cover like as much as humanly possible with this. And so, but if I will not be able to cover everything, have lots of SOPs, a lot of different things that you can apply in your business today. And that's something that you can apply right away. So just comment slide so I can send it over. So where are you at right now, right? So if that's you, just kind of resonating with you, maybe already making to $10,000 a day profitable or unprofitably. We have some people here at $15,000 per month, which is about $500 per day in sales. That will still apply to you. And you want to throw gasoline on fire. You want to grow a business that stays afloat, and you want to scale without increasing your costs, maintaining your margins, and you're tired of handling mostly everything on your own, right? So maybe at this point of business, like you have some team, but maybe the team is not structured well enough. You see so many ways that it can be done better, where it's not only you kind of like working hard at your business and generating ideas and stuff like that, how to move the business forward, but you also want to have people on your team that will push in the same direction and that will help you to scale that business, go from 7-figure run rate to 8 figures. So that's exactly what we'll be covering. Maybe you're freaking out because you're thinking like you caught lightning in a bottle. Maybe you had like a winning product, and for some reason you're afraid that that product will die. Like a lot of people think like, oh, products die, like and stuff like that. So I'll show you exactly how to overcome that. I want to show you how to streamline operations so you can remove yourself from day to day doing low value tasks. And I'll show you how to increase your AOV, LTV, and profit margins. If you don't know what those things are, again, probably maybe it's too early for you for this presentation, but I'll try to cover as much as possible and try to cater it to as many of you guys as possible on this call. Now, one thing that I kind of realized, throughout my journey is that kind of the e-commerce has evolved. And I got in e-commerce like in 2016. And back then it was a lot simpler than it is now, right? Like you simply had like a product page, like Shopify product page. If product hit, you could scale it like very fast. There was like less competition on different platforms. These days, though, it's different, right? It's different. It's more competitive, right? So you have to be a better marketer, better entrepreneur in order to do bigger numbers. And that's exactly what I want to show you. I want to show you how to build this holistic view of the business, not just being like super tactical, what targeting options should I turn on my Facebook ads, but more like what kind of things you have to put in place in your business in order to make the business sustainable, in order to make it profitable and maintaining profitable. And at the same time, as you're doing all of that, I want to show you how to build the enterprise value for your business. So this is one of the brokerages that we're using. And you can see here some of the businesses that are available for sale. And so some of the businesses here, for instance, let's say this business like Amazon business, e-commerce brand here doing $1 million a year in profit. This business, if you wanted to exit, will be valued at $3 to $4 million, right? So if you get your business to some decent numbers in terms of profitability, you can also sell it. And when you're selling it regularly, right now the multiples are about like 3 to 4. If your business is about $5 million in profit, then you can exit that business for probably like 6, 7, sometimes even 8 times EBITDA, specifically for e-commerce businesses. So imagine you having a business that runs like $5 million in profit. Now that business is like $30-40 million. Like that can literally set your family for life financially, yourself. And so that's exactly what I'll be showing you. Not just like how to increase the profitability in the short term, but also how to build like a valuable asset for yourself and your family to enjoy, so business that you can exit. So and that's comes down to like really being more holistic about your business, not just focusing on obviously paid acquisition, being profitable with ads and stuff, but more so being on multi-channel, different traffic sources, so that you can maximize the profitability. Facebook ads are getting more expensive year over year, and it's not going to change. Like it's just like something you have to live with. There's like different loopholes that you can try, you can experiment, you can play with. But at the end of the day, Facebook ads will be getting more expensive. TikTok ads will be getting more expensive. Every traffic platform, every traffic source will be getting more and more expensive. So we want to maximize the value for a business while being profitable. And the key to that is ongoing optimization and innovation. I'll show you exactly how to do that. So phase number one in this whole process, and let me know, guys, if you can see my screen. Let me know if you can see my screen. Just drop it in the chat if you can see my screen, if it's big enough. I don't know what I can rearrange here. It's a vertical format. It's a little bit tricky here. But again, comment slides. DM me slides on Instagram so that I can send you the slides from this presentation. So step number one in this whole process is to prepare the funnel and ad account front end, then prepare the ops on the back end. This is where a lot of people they're trying to scale their ads, and then everything on the back end falls apart. Their support tickets are not answered on time. Their whole systems on the back end are not refined enough. So then you either end up having issues with payment processing, or you end up issues with having a lot of returns, refunds, chargebacks. And so that pretty much evaporates all of the profits that you might have made on the front end. If you don't have that solid back end on the process, don't have good systems there, then pretty much everything that you have made will be gone, right? And that's why a lot of e-commerce businesses that are operating at few percent profit margins. I know some e-commerce businesses that are operating at 5% profit margins, very unprofitably, or very low profit margins. It's not even worthwhile to run a business. So I want to show you how to fix that. And next step in the process will be to prepare the customer success and fulfillment, which is backend, and then prepare the team and build a team that will allow you to go to 8 figures and beyond. So I'll show you all of those. I'll give you SOPs, I'll give you processes, I'll give you KPIs, I'll give you everything you need to do and start implementing today to make it happen. So that's what we'll be discussing. Phase number 2. So once you've done the preparation, now you can get into scaling. And there are only 2 things to keep in mind when you're scaling your store. Number 1 is a new customer acquisition, which is feeding the front end. And pretty much that comes down to scaling the ads. But it's not just hey, let's increase budgets on ads, right? If people do that all the time. It's oh, I want to just go from $1,000 a day to $10,000 a day. They increase budgets on ads, and ads just drop in performance. They're being unprofitable or just breaking even. And second step here is increasing AOV plus LTV and conversion rate so that you can feed the back end, and you can scale your funnel this way and making constant optimization. So once your funnel backend has been optimized for conversions for high AOV, then you can feed it as many creatives as you want, and that is front end. So scaling the funnel, I do believe, and I call it funnel scaling. Someone asked about this. I call it funnel scaling because this is the way to just combat all of those increasing costs, right? This is a way to pretty much being more profitable in the front end. And the key to doing that is using direct response in e-commerce. If you will see some of the brands that are scaling aggressively, unless those brands have been venture funded and have hundreds of $1,000,000 in the bank from some investments and stuff like that. If you want to bootstrap it, if you want to do it with your own capital, then you have to utilize direct response, and that will help you to skyrocket conversion rate. So if you do that as well, you will look more professional because you will increase perceived value of your products. You can charge higher prices. The products that we are selling, for example, we can charge $70, $100 for a product that other people are selling for $20, $30 on Amazon. That is a benefit of using direct response because it's a sales process that builds a trust, it evokes emotion, and educates customers. And education is the key. If you want to differentiate your product from other people that are selling similar products, then you have to educate them more than other people. You have to over-educate. And you'll be able to convert cold traffic, not just few percent of your market that are ready to buy, like people do with Shopify pages. I mean, I'm so amazed. A lot of people just driving traffic to the Shopify pages, and then they're oh, I cannot scale my business. Oh, of course you cannot because you're driving traffic to Shopify pages. So you have to utilize funnels. I'll show you some examples of how that being successfully done. So this brand here is selling. You can see this is advertorial page, right? This is not standard, Shopify page. So there is a little bit pre-selling. Building muscle, losing fat after 50 comes down to one thing. And after that, after this kind of short advertorial, the flow goes to the VSL. This is VSL here, video sales ladder. And that's something that you'll see some of the most successful entrepreneurs are using in their businesses to acquire customers profitably. That is just the key to utilize in 2024 because, again, the ad costs are competitive, the ad costs are high, and you want to offset that with higher conversions. And the way you get higher conversions is by educating your customers on the front end. Another example here, short VSL, like few minutes, educating about the product, educating what the product does, demonstrating how the product works. So that's another great example of how this can be executed. And again, for all of these examples, just DM me slides on Instagram and I'll send it over. Another great example here, you have advertorial on the front end. They want you to spend hundreds of on unnecessary skincare products each month when this one vitamin is all you need. So a little bit pre-selling here, some points about the product, videos, before and after images, testimonials, obviously social proof here, and then leading to a VSL that is appearing here. And below VSL, like in a few seconds, we will see the actual breakdown of the products, right? So you can buy one product, you can buy two products, or you can buy three products. And obviously this one positioned as the best value with the biggest discount, like very good guarantee here. That's one of the best, like, conversion hacks. People talking about conversion hacks, just make your guarantee stronger. And then, so you can see kind of the typical flow is advertorial, VSL. You can drive just to advertorial. You can drive just to VSL. So there's several different ways that you can execute this. What I personally like to do is I like to see what these other companies are doing, what these other my competitors, direct competitors are also in direct, maybe in different niches, what kind of flow they're using, what kind of pre-sale pages they're using, what kind of VSLs, how they're selling their product, how they're presenting, how they're educating, and then modeling that to the products that we are selling. So here, it's a pre-sale page, right? And after that, it goes to the category page. So what most people would do, they would just drive traffic straight here from Facebook ads, TikTok ads, Google ads, and stuff like that. And if you just land here, like, you have no idea about the product, you have no context about why this product is better than other products that people have tried in the past, and that doesn't have a lot of selling power. What has a lot of selling power is educating customers on the front end, and only then you're showing them the product, how much the product costs, and stuff like that. Another example here. So you can see it's replicable in different niches. This one sells pizza ovens, right? But then crafting pizza excellence, and pretty much explaining different types of cuts of pizza, different kind of ways that you can prepare the pizza. And only after that, you see the product. It's not showing product right away. It's pre-educating and pre-framing that initial, okay, how much is the product? $290, right? So before you see the price, you actually see what is the value of that product. You can craft an amazing pizza at home, and that is the value. And only then you see the price for the product. At the same time, this is how most people do it. They just drive, traffic to pages like this, where there is not a lot of context about what this product does, how it works, right? Just images, price, and then, there are some selling points here, but there's no education that has been done before you landed on this page. So don't drive traffic to pages like this. This is one of the biggest mistakes that I see entrepreneurs making all the time. And then they're like wondering why they cannot scale their ads. So drive traffic to the advertorial first, and only after that, you can drive traffic to the product page, category page, to give them more context about your so give them context about the price and other elements. Another bad example here, Get Proper. I mean, this company might have amazing products, but it doesn't matter if you have the best product in the market, the best product in the world. If you cannot sell that product effectively, if you don't know like how to properly train your traffic, right? How to properly structure your traffic, then your cost of acquisition of customers will be higher than you can afford, and you'll be losing money or you'll be breaking even, right? So get the best sleep of your life. But there is no story here. Like, there is not much. I mean, there's some testimonials here, which is okay. But then the whole flow is broken because from here you go to the category page and you have to click once again. Ideally, if you have only like one product that you're selling, then you want to eliminate as many of these extra extra clicks or extra friction before people see the product. So another bad example, don't do that. Or, some people try and see and sell their products this way, where it's basically just literally very, very simple product page, very basic information about the product. It's kind of like expecting that everyone knows your product, which most people do not, especially if you're advertising on cold traffic. So you want to make sure, again, that you're using VSLs or advertorials and proper direct response marketing in your messaging before people even see your product, your prices, stuff like that. So now we'll get to upsells and downsells. And this is the easiest way to extract more money per customer. So once you've dialed in advertorials via sales on the front end, you want to really refine your upsells and downsells to squeeze every dollar you can from every single person that lands on your website, every single customer. The way you do it is upsells and downsells. And you will explode your AOV if you do it right. With multiple offers, you'll give yourself more wiggle room with your ads, and more opportunities for retargeting open up. And I have these whole SOPs, right, which I wouldn't have time to go through all of it right now, but all of these SOPs here, even examples, what you should upsell, what you should downsell, what kind of offers you can structure for upsells and downsells. So all of these are available for you here. Once you get the slides, if you DM in Instagram slides, I'll send this whole document to you. I'll also give you the whole SOP on setting up Reconvert. What Reconvert does is it allows you to place additional offers on your order confirmation page on Shopify, which means you'll be able to generate extra few percent in sales without spending any money on ads, right? So you want to be thinking about this like this. If you're spending money on ads, right, that is a constant, right? I'll show you how to improve creatives, how to improve metrics on your ads, but then you're getting only so much traffic to your website. So your objective should be to, how do you maximize every single person who lands on your website, and how do you squeeze and increase that AOV, average order value, from every customer that you get? That's how you maintain your profit margins. That's how you increase your profit margins. And once you generate more profit and increase your profit margins, now you can spend that extra money that you made back into acquisition to acquire even more customers. And that's how you scale your business. That's how you take your business from 100K per month to $1 million per month. And I've been doing this for a long time. And these are like hard lessons that I had to learn, because, when I tried to sell my products very standard way, where I wouldn't have, the upsells or downsells, I wouldn't be as profitable. And then I would be wondering why I'm not profitable. And, my profit margins would drop, and I would be like, I probably need to find some Facebook ad hacks. And I would go and find different Facebook ad hacks, and it still wouldn't be profitable. And then I realized, and also after talking to some very successful entrepreneurs, that the key to scaling, the key to just operating like a good profitable business that you can scale to beyond 8 figures, the key to that is maximizing every single customer that you have. And so these are some of the main lessons. I'm pretty much condensing like 8 years of experience myself, and taking from other mentors, taking from other people that I've learned. I've paid hundreds of thousands of dollars for advice to learn how to do it. So now I'm giving it all to you on a silver platter. So again, you want all these slides, you want all these SOPs, because I wouldn't have time to go through each one of these SOPs and documents in this live. Just comment, DM me slides on Instagram so I can send it over. I also have conversion rate optimization tactics and hacks, different things that you could utilize to maximize your conversion rate. So all of it is here in this document that you will get inside of the slides. Now, once we dialed that in, right? So we have the advertorial, we have the upsells, we have the downsells, we have the whole structure built out. Now we're good to actually go ahead and scale the ads. And when it comes to scaling the ads, I have here in this document like 9 different ways to scale the ads, right? So again, some of the some of the things will be very like common sense, but I see a lot of people still making those mistakes where they learn specific tactic on how to scale their ads. Maybe it's cost caps, bid caps, CBOs, ABOs, maybe going broad with their demographics, like not having any demographics at all, and they learn it from someone, and then they try to apply in their ad account and it doesn't work, and they try to spend more money on that because someone told them to do that. So what I like to do is, I understand that every ad account is different and you pretty much have to customize your strategy for every single ad account that you have. Like in our business, like we might have like 10 different ad accounts and each one of them would perform slightly different. Some ad accounts would perform better with manual bidding. Some will perform better with just keeping it automatic. And we kind of find the approach that works the best with a particular ad account, and then we double down on it. And so that's what we do, and that's why there's 9 different ways to scale ads that I'll share with you in this document. Just send me DM slides, and I'll send all of these slides, including all of these documents. Also, killing or scaling, I have the whole framework here. This is created like literally with all of the examples, like inside of real ad accounts. I have different ways of different frameworks to scaling. I have different ways how do you decide how much you should spend on testing, or how do you decide whether you should kill the ad or scale the ad, right? So all of those things will be outlined in the document. Another great document, like Lisha, I'm giving you the whole juice here. Every single problem that you would have with scaling your e-commerce business, if you're using Facebook ads specifically, that's where majority of my expertise is. And if you're utilizing Facebook ads right now in your business, all of the major problems, all of the major solutions, the problem, solution, problem, solution, problem, solution. So if you're not profitable, like just using this document alone, you'll be able to get your business profitable again. And there's only 2 elements. Like the way I see it is, there's only 2 elements to scale a business. There's ads and there's funnel. And so if maybe your ads suck, right? Then you improve your ads. Now it's a funnel, right? You improve the funnel. Now you have ads in the funnel, and you'll be able to scale your business. Also knowing your costs, breaking down the break-even point for the business, how much you can spend to actually acquire a customer, breakdowns inside of the real ad account, different angles that you could use to sell specific product that you're selling right now. Like everything is outlined for you. Another one here, as you're doing that whole process, how you can make sure that your ad account doesn't get shut down, right? So don't, for example, just one of the things here, don't use domains like My Shopify, ClickFunnels, Lead Pages, or Funnelish. If you're utilizing funnels, use your own domains. The reason is, like, those domains usually have a lot of garbage traffic, and Facebook doesn't like them. And so if you drive traffic to my product at shopify.com, then that domain might be flagged, right? My Shopify, because there's a lot of sketchy people that advertising different products with that My Shopify domain. You want to make sure that you have clean domain that you're utilizing everywhere in your ads. Also, at any given point, for each disapproved ad that you have, you must have 10 approved ads. The way we're combating this is we're utilizing just very safe, very plain ads, and then we're duplicating those ads on a daily basis so that we have a big ratio of approved ads versus disapproved ads. And you want to be at least 10-to-1 ratio on that side. Let me know if you have, I know it's been a lot of information here that I dropped it for you. So just let me know if you have any questions or any clarification on any of these, and DM me slides if you want this whole, just DM me directly on Instagram, because these comments will disappear when I finish. DM me slides on Instagram so that I can send this over to you. And you cannot send a DM. You cannot send a DM. Okay, let me see here. Let me know if you can send a DM. All right, cool. So we keep moving here. once you've dialed in Facebook, and I believe like with Facebook, you should get to at least 500,000 to 1 million a month. That's just like pure minimum. Like you need to get with Facebook ads to 500,000 to $1 million per month in sales. I've seen it so many times that it's literally just if you're not there, it means like you haven't optimized your funnel enough, you haven't optimized your ads enough. But if you are there, maybe you already like dialed it in. I want to share with you this whole SOP, how to reach out to influencers. Once you have dialed in your Facebook ads, got to at least 500,000 to $1 million per month, I would recommend you start building influencer marketing program. You start reaching out to influencers. Number one, it will give you a lot of content that you can repurpose for your ads. And number two, it will drive a lot of traffic as well. And we have people in our program, ESS, e-commerce scaling secrets, which is my baby. It's my I love our clients, and one of our clients in ESS, they're doing $750,000 per month purely with influencer marketing. So just influencer marketing by itself can be super powerful. I would recommend to dial in Facebook first, and then start stacking all of these other traffic sources to make sure that you're more profitable than you could have ever been if you just utilized Facebook ads alone. And so I have the whole SOP here. Please DM me. Again, DM me slides, so all of these SOPs will be shared with you. And besides that, very easy win that you can utilize if you're not retargeting on Google Ads, if you don't have at least like basic brand retargeting structure on Google Ads, then you're probably missing on like 5 to 15%, maybe like 10 to 20% of your revenue, especially if you're spending a lot on ads. If you think about it, like if you are advertising on Facebook, let's say you're spending $10,000 a day on Facebook, you're driving a lot of awareness for your brand. And so a lot of these people that will see your brand, they will kind of forget it, or maybe they just want to double check if your brand is legit. They go back to Google, and in Google, they would see your ads again. So now they would come from Google, and now they would buy your product. What a lot of people want to do is, well, I'm just running Facebook ads, and that's it, right? So this would be an easy win for you, very easy to set up. You can literally just set it up. I have the whole SOP here for you, how you can set it up. Again, my goal for this presentation is to give you some easy wins for your business so that you can scale your brand, and then just have that amazing foundation from which you can build. At this point, I would also start utilizing, I'll try to zoom it in, multiple pages and whitelisting. So if you're working with influencers, let's say you got your business to $500 to $1 million per month, you can utilize pages of other influencers to advertise from them, not just from your brand page. And that will give you kind of like exposure. People will see your ad, from this page, from this page, from this page, from this page. Now it seems like your brand is everywhere. Now it seems like everyone is using your brand. And so when they finally see the ads from your own brand, now it'll be like, oh, wow, okay, seems like everyone is using it. I got to have it. TikTok organic and paid. These are two phenomenal platforms. TikTok is great, especially for lower price products. And so these are two channels that you can start adding. But again, get to at least 500K per month. That's a bare minimum that I would recommend. So you start stacking, right? You have Google, then you have email. I'll give you some SOPs on email as well. And then Amazon. Like the way most people launch Amazon is they start with Amazon. I would not recommend starting with Amazon. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever because you're taking a big risk. You sending your product to Amazon. You probably would have some cash flow issues because Amazon pays you once every 14 days. So what I would recommend is dial in one traffic source, start getting sales with your Shopify store, with your funnels, and then start adding Amazon once you already have the momentum. And when you launch on Amazon, you'll have a lot of sales from day one because some of the people, there's a percentage of consumers that will never buy anywhere else but Amazon. They'll just like see the product and then they'll go Amazon and search the same brand name. And if they don't see it there, they're not buying it, right? So there's about 20 to 30. I've heard like different stats for this. 20 to 30% of consumers will never buy anywhere else but Amazon. So at that point, you already have the capital. Once you've done all of these things that I shared with you, you'll already be more profitable. You already have some profit to allocate into buying inventory, sending it to Amazon warehouse. And now you have a good product also based on your reviews. So now you can start getting on Amazon and just building that momentum, getting sales from different sources. So not just Shopify, but also Amazon, and start building that momentum even farther. One of the things that I have realized, talking to a lot of entrepreneurs and just, myself, all of the successful entrepreneurs that are doing numbers, they're all having swipe files. And what I mean by swipe file is when you save, the ads from successful brands, and you're saving successful ads. So me personally, I like this tool called Get Hooked. It's a tremendous tool. Basically allows you to save the ads from the ad library. Also have, lots of brands that I'm looking at, like what kind of ads they're launching, what kind of ads they're running, what are the best performing ads. And so for me, it always serves like an inspiration. Let's say I see like a good ad. First of all, I can save it directly from this tool, so I can send it to my video editor. They can replicate it. I can also share it as is with my video editor, with my content creators. So now they can replicate this exact ad for my brand. And so I always like to see what's working for other people, because there's different ways that you can sell the same product, and that's what I would recommend you do as well. So my favorite tool for this is Get Hooked. So I have some SOPs here, more SOPs, more like more juice for you. So this is initial product testing, when you just like testing new product. And even when you already have some products, maybe you're already doing like few $100,000 per month, you always need to be innovating. You always need to be introducing new products, at least few products a year, because there's this kind of concept. Oh, it's one product store. One product store will only get you so far, and then at some point you will see that someone else is selling that one product more effectively than you. So unless you're in supplements, or maybe you're in some kind of like very consumable product that you can just build that lifetime value, you build subscribers and stuff like that. If you're just selling gadget, like one-time transaction, you certainly need to introduce new products on a pretty much on an annual basis, at least like 2-3 products. And when you do that, you want to be testing them properly with Facebook ads. So I'm sharing with you the whole kind of structure here, how many ads you need to have, also the video walkthrough on how to do it, like literally inside of the real ad account. So everything is here. Again, just DM me slides on Instagram, so I can send it over to you. And one more thing here, how to test creatives effectively, literally step by step, what kind of campaigns you want to have, what kind of settings. So for those of you that are still managing your own ads, or maybe you have a good like media buyer that you're working with, literally here, all of the moving parts, how you can test new ads effectively. And creative sourcing. Creative sourcing is when you're sourcing new variations of the content, when you're sourcing like different scripts from different content creators, like the whole SOP here, how to find these content creators, different platforms that you could use, UGC platforms that you can utilize, like literally here, like bunch of different tactical things that you can start utilizing to just get more fresh content, because you don't want to be just like stealing content from other people. That's not good, right? Like at some point you'll get DMCA'd, you'll have issues. So I want to make sure that you don't have that. And all of these processes here that you can start utilizing right away are in this document and these slides. So again, finding winning ads, I like to use Get Hooked. So I'll even share with you like a code, so you can get like extended trial. You can try it for yourself. I personally love it. It's very, very convenient to use. Again, I can preview the ad from here. I can download the ad. I can watch the ad. I can see what kind of landing page they're driving traffic to so that I can model it. Like all of these things here, and also it ranks different ads depending on their score. So ad score here, this is a winning ad. It's been heavily scaled. You can see used in 4 different ads. And you can basically just take the script from this ad using get hooked as well, and pretty much replicate that script for your own brand, for your own product. Another example here, great script from Rise, one of the most successful companies. Again, I can download it with just a few clicks. I can see the landing page where they're driving traffic to, like literally the whole information about the ad, and it's saved here forever. So even if, my competitor, let's say they stop advertising this specific product, I can still see it. It's forever saved here on GetHook platform. This ad here, it's also being scaled pretty heavily. I can preview it. I can see the landing page. I can emulate the landing page. I can download it. I can send it to my video editor, to my content creator to replicate. And literally the whole structure is there. So please DM me, don't comment, DM me slides if you want access to this full presentation. So all of these SOPs and everything I'll share with you. Now, on Facebook ads optimization side, one more thing that could be very valuable is utilizing conversion API. If you're already doing like a few $100,000 per month, or maybe like $50,000 per month, then probably you already have it in place. If not, the whole SOP here, how to set it up. Now, we're getting to some boring stuff. Boring, but very important. Ops, fulfillment, and backend. That's not what a lot of people are talking about. Like people are talking about Facebook ads for the most part, different tactical stuff. But if you don't have a proper fulfillment, proper backend, proper ops and team on the backend, then pretty much your business will be like short-lived. You might make like a few $100,000 to a few $1 million, but then the business will go down. And I've had this, I've experienced this personally in my business, where we would do very well in a short period of time. We would take businesses to like multiple, like 7 figures, 8 figures in a very short period of time. But because we wouldn't build the operation in the back end, we wouldn't have a proper team, wouldn't have good systems in place, then the whole business would collapse. And so right now, like, it's one of our major priorities, besides funnels, besides having like a proper creative sourcing system, creative testing system, we also have a great operation. And in order to do that, in order to build that more sustainable business, let's say you're coming from a dropshipping background, one of the major things that you want to refine is your packaging for the product. So I include some of the examples here, how to communicate with suppliers, even templates to communicate with suppliers, some great agents that we worked with for a long period of time that can help you with that whole process. So everything is here in this document. I also include some creators, some people that will help you to refine the packaging, will create like an amazing packaging for your products. Some of the platforms where you can source custom content for your website, like photos and stuff like that. And literally everything is here for you to utilize and start utilizing. So and I will also drop in the brand building template. So this is something that kind of like you get more clarity over time as you grow your company, as you grow your brand. You'll get a lot more clarity. What makes your brand different? Why is it different? What are the benefits? How do you differentiate from other people? So you kind of like create this like template that whatever assets you do, whatever marketing assets, whatever creative assets, your product pages, your funnels, you'll be able to universally utilize it throughout your whole company. So brand building template, you just fill it out with your own information here and you're good to go. All right. Product development, boring stuff. Again, boring as fuck. But at the same time, it's something that is extremely valuable. And most people are just like, oh, one product store. They hit a winning product. People say like, oh, I hit a winning product. And they make like a few $100,000, validated perfectly, right? But they stop innovating. They stop improving that product. And eventually product dies. And people say product died. And then you see your competitor who is innovating, who's made some tweaks to the product, who improved the product, and constantly bringing new products to the market is absolutely destroying it. So that's why people say, e-commerce saturated. No, e-commerce is not saturated. It's more like, there is not enough of innovative people that constantly improving their products. And that is the reason why, so many businesses are failing to scale. And, if you look at this, right, this is the iPhone, right? Now, imagine you bought an iPhone from 2010, right? iPhone 3, 5, I don't know whichever model was back then. Imagine you bought one of these, right? Like 2010. Like, you wouldn't buy it in 2024. What they did was they constantly improved this product. They constantly improved. Okay, let's make the camera better. Let's make the processor better. Let's make it faster. Let's add some apps, right? So it's continuous product development. No matter what product you look at, the product that is successful, or any car that you would buy, you wouldn't buy the car from 2003, right? If you can afford it, you would buy the car from 2024 that is improved. BMW in 2024 is a different BMW than there was like in 2003, because the product needs to be constantly developed, product needs to be constantly improved, and you can improve the product based on the feedback from your customers. So let's say, one of our products right now, it's a skincare cream, and people were complaining that the product is oily. And so what we did, we went back to the supplier that we're getting the product from, and we're like, okay, how can we improve the formula so the product is not oily and people are more happy with it? And they did. And now customers are a lot more happier. We reduced our return rate. So now we're more profitable because we're not processing as many returns. And so that just like fuels the whole business forward. So you want to, number one, improve your existing products. And maybe you already have some ideas on how to do that. Maybe you're constantly getting tickets. Oh, it's like, why this product doesn't do this? Oh, the product is like has poor battery. Improve the battery. Like, literally, whatever product you're selling, there's always possibility for improvement. But all you have to do is you have to work with the right suppliers. That's why I included some of the great suppliers that you can use if you maybe don't trust your supplier, or your supplier is not doing a good job, is not helping you to refine the product. Then you can work with our suppliers, great suppliers in China. We also have some great contacts locally in the United States to pretty much manufacture like any product we want, but also to improve the existing products that we are selling, so that constantly, based on the feedback from customers, we are creating a better product. And again, this is the same structure for whatever brand you're buying, whatever products you're using. They're constantly improving their products. And if they're not, then you probably will move on and will buy from someone else. So that's on that side. You definitely want to have someone on your team, or if you don't have someone on your team responsible for the product, at least being proactive yourself and talk with your suppliers how you can constantly improve the product, and how you can also validate new products. Like I mentioned, we have, let's say you're selling a product and you want to test a new product. For us, it's not like, hey, let's launch the product. We always want to validate it first. We validate it with pure landing page. We build a landing page. We drive traffic to it. We see how the metrics look. We see whether people are buying those products. We're also testing this product as a one-click upsell, like a first one-time offer. And we're seeing whether people are buying it. And if they're buying it, now we're moving forward with the development. We're bringing that product. And that's how we constantly increasing our SKUs, our products that we're selling. So it's not just about one product. It's about like as many products as you can possibly have, and constantly bringing new stuff to your customers. So, this is good stuff. And this is something that kind of like different people will have different views on. Some people are just looking for very fast growth, like they want to make like money fast, and that's understandable. When I was starting my business, I wanted to make money. I want to make money as quickly as humanly possible. But at the end of the day, it comes with a cost, right? Let's say you want to go with your business from zero to like $1 million in like 30 days, right? That will cause a lot of issues, and it will cause cash flow problems, operational overload. You probably will have too many tickets, so tickets won't be answered on time. A lot of returns if you haven't verified the quality of your product. It will have quality control, like maybe product that you're selling is not best quality. And so from that perspective, sometimes it makes sense to just grow the business a little bit slower, but build the team and build the systems on the back end so that your business can handle that growth. You know, you oftentimes see all these companies, many cases, companies just grow too fast and scale too fast, but they don't build the proper product or they don't build the proper infrastructure on the back end, and then the business just drops. And so would you rather build a 7-figure business in 1 year and have it crash into the ground, or spend 1.5, 2 years building something that will last a lifetime, right? That's a question for everyone, and everyone will answer that question differently, depending on what stage you're at. Maybe you're at the stage where, you know, I just want to make money and profit, accumulate my initial capital, make my first $100,000, make my first $1 million in capital. So obviously the priorities will change on that side, but there's just a consideration that fast scaling that a lot of people are talking about oftentimes comes at a price. And that price could be just that you just burn the business into the ground. You'll have your payment processor shut down. You'll have your customer support is not dialed in, and that will not be sustainable. So a few more SOPs, as I mentioned. There's lots of different like SOPs and documents I want to share with you. Refund rates, chargeback rates, how to deal with those, like the whole like SOP with templates and everything. So you can literally just copy paste it into your business. PayPal, right? It's a big pain in the ass for a lot of people on the e-commerce side. So just within this one SOP, I have many more SOPs, and many more things that you can take advantage of. How to basically scale safely on PayPal, and then how to streamline your logistics, how to have your order fulfillment, pricing, how to communicate with your suppliers, like different templates that you can use to communicate with your suppliers. So everything is laid out here in this specific SOP. Now, if you want to go from 100K per month to 1 million per month, right? It's a big jump. And so what you want to do is, one of the things that can just put you out of business very quickly is payment processing. Maybe like, I don't know, just let me know in the comments if you've ever had payment processing issues. Anyone, payment processing issues. I'll check comments. I don't want to switch from this screen. Just want to finish the presentation, and then we'll have some time for Q&A. I'll answer some of the questions from you guys. But if you've ever faced payment processing issues, you're not alone. Like everyone has, right? And so, especially if you starting a business, maybe drop shipping from China, there's longer shipping times. What you want to do is, number one, you want to maintain your dispute ratio, your chargeback ratio under 0.5%, ideally, right? 0.7 with Stripe, you're kind of getting into like gray territory. They might get pissed. If you're going above 1%, most of the times, 1% dispute ratio, let's say you had 100 sales, one of those customers filed the dispute, then you might be facing some tricky situations. They might hold your money or have reserves and stuff like that. So what you want to do is, you want to be proactive with those, right? If someone is having issues, like reach out to them, find a reasonable solution. But also you want to build infrastructure of payment processors so that, let's say you have Shopify payments. Let's say you're doing like $200,000, $300,000 per month there. Maybe you have a Stripe with your funnels. You want to have Maverick. Check out .com. There's many other options that are available that you could use. And so now, let's say you're sending $200,000 here, $100,000 here, $100,000 here. So it's not just like all of the volume that goes into the same payment processor. So even if something happens with one of those payment processors, you're still in business. You can still operate. And that's very, very important, because again, like it can shut your business down because you have no money to pay the salaries. You have no money to pay your suppliers, your vendors. So the whole business just, you get the whole business down to the ground. So for that reason, develop a proper infrastructure, especially if you want to go from 100K per month to $1 million per month. It's a big jump, and you want to diversify your risks. Now, backend marketing. That's something that a lot of people kind of just putting on the back burner. I included here some of the email sequences, some of the flows, like templates, everything that you need to get started with it if you're not there. Once you have some good momentum with email marketing, let's say you have like a good foundation, I would recommend to work with a good agency. We are working with some phenomenal agencies for email marketing, SMS marketing. If you want the details, just DM me on Instagram, and I'll see how I can help, maybe with introductions or something. So, but you want to make sure that you are maximizing this as you're driving more traffic to your business, more traffic to your store. Ads will probably be the biggest expense you have in your business, like half of your revenue or sometimes even more. So you want to maximize every single customer that you get. And for that, email and SMS would be a phenomenal way to leverage. And so ideally, both of these, you should be getting like 20-30% of your sales combined, like email and SMS. Sometimes it could be even more depending on type of product that you sell. 20-30% of your sales should come from email and SMS. That's like something to aim for, to achieve. And we are here at a team building. Again, another boring thing that nobody's talking about, like team building, but that's the most neglected, but also at the same time, the most important element of e-commerce and building e-commerce brand, because there's only so much you can do by yourself. And you can get to 20, 30, 100K per month just doing everything by yourself, editing your own videos, building your own product pages, just kind of doing everything by yourself. But if you want to scale from there, there's like no more time that you can allocate to it. So now you need to start hiring. And at this stage, to go from 100K per month to 1 million per month, I mean, in my experience, there's only few like most important roles that you need to hire for. Number one is the creative team. And so creative team is something that you can build, and there's different stages. So this is stage number one. This is from my friend Salif. He runs a tremendous agency for content sourcing. And so team structure at early stage is like CEO, right? Let's say you're a CEO, you'd have creative strategies, you'd have a media buyer, and then you'd have a creative coordinator, and then you'd have 2 video editors. Then if you're here, if you already have some momentum, maybe you maxed out this team, you can expand it. You can have several creative strategies. You have media buyers, have creative coordinator, you have copywriter, you have video editors under these creative strategies that send them ideas, send them scripts. And so this way you are multiplying what the team can do. And again, this is the most important element on the advertising side. Creative is like 80% of success, 90% of success of your ads. Then you would also have marketers, copywriters, video editors. Like, so you need multiple of those, right? Like if you want to do some numbers, and they need to be trained continuously. So what we do is we're investing in trainings, we're investing in masterminds, we're investing in coaching for our team members on that side, because everything is moving very fast. The industry is evolving, and we want to make sure that all of these people are on point, right? That they're learning and they're up leveling their skills. And if you need, again, someone commented about the slides, just DM me slides. Please DM me slides directly so I can send it over to you. There's no way that I can share it. Please DM me slides directly on Instagram, please. And at this stage, you definitely want to have director of operations. Let's say you're a marketer and you're not good with, handling people, finances, systems, then you need someone who is in charge of operations. Let's say, but at the same time, if you're good with those elements like systems, people, operations, then you need to partner up with some marketer. Then you need to build a marketing team to complement for the skills that you're not very good at. And you want to have customer success manager. That's someone who's in charge of managing VAs. We find some tremendous talent on online jobs, PH, and Upwork. So those are the platforms where I would look for this talent. Contractors to start, like in all of these positions, we always want to give them like a trial task. We want to make sure that these people are good. And once kind of like they perform and they prove themselves, then we bring them on the team full time. Agencies, right? A lot of people I know at this stage of the business, they're trying to outsource everything to the agency. And that's one of the biggest mistakes that I have seen, because most agencies suck. Like most agencies suck. There's only few of them that are good. And you always want to validate them. First of all, just if you're in some community, or maybe you're in our ESS community, you can ask for referrals. You can ask for people that have performed well for other people that are with validated experience. But don't just click on some ad and hire some agency just because of the promises they make. Like that, that's not a good idea. We burned like with so many different agencies that simply are not good at what they do. And with agencies, always ask for at least 3 referrals. Give me like 3 referrals of your other clients so I can ask them about your experience working with them. That is something that I would highly recommend. So agencies definitely could be used for scaling, and you can learn a lot from agencies too. If agency is solid, you can learn a lot about how they operate, how they sync some of their processes, some of their systems, and then you can take those whole processes and systems in-house. That's a great way to just shortcut the learning curve. But again, you want to be extremely diligent if you're bringing any of the agencies to your company. And there will be a lot of systems, obviously, that you'd have to build with your team. So number one is vetting. Like when you're vetting people, it means asking for referrals. It means asking them for samples of their work specifically created for your company. It can be paid trial, can be paid task that you pay for, but always make sure that you don't hire like prematurely. Give them something to do, see how they operate, do some tests, ask for referrals. And so that will help you to just eliminate costly mistakes. Because if you're bringing someone in who is not a good fit, and now you spend 2-3 months coaching and training that person, now you just might have wasted, and that person leaves, maybe they're not a good fit. Now you just wasted 2-3 months of your time and energy and money on someone who is not a good fit. So it's always better to front load the work on the front end, making sure that you bring in the right kind of people, even if it takes like a little bit longer first. But be prepared to spend more time on the front end so that you don't pay for those mistakes long term. Hiring, quality control, KPIs that you need to establish for each one of these team members that you bring. How many, for example, in the creative team, how many creatives they have to ship per week? How many scripts? How many new like advertorials? If there's someone helping you with advertorials, like how many of those you need to get per week in order to make that person contribute enough to the company growth. And managing expectations. So ideally, this is done before you even hire someone. You tell, okay, we're a fast-growing company. We're just starting out. Sometimes, we need to stay more, to get the job done. Are you okay with that? Because there's some people that you would hire, and they're like, 5 p.m., I'm out, on Friday, and then you see them until Monday. Maybe something happens, something urgent happens on Saturday, and you need their help, and they're not there. So manage expectations in terms of what company you are. You're not Fortune 500, I guess, if you're watching this, Fortune 500 company. So, manage expectations in the front end to make sure that people are not upset, if you're telling them, it's like, I didn't know that, we're working on Saturday, so we need to get something done on Saturday, or that I need to be available on Saturday. And then ongoing communication, building culture. Daily meetings, that's ideal case scenario where with all of your team members, or at least with some departments, you have daily meetings. You're giving them feedback, you're sharing wins, you're sharing many challenges, you're brainstorming the solutions to those. So you're building a culture. Especially that's important with remote companies. People don't see each other, people kind of like isolated in different parts of the world, and you want to make sure that you are giving that foundation to building the culture for your company. So final notes here. The key to scaling safely and profitably is creative testing, funnel optimization, and backend. And then invest in building full operational creative team. This will be one of the biggest leverage points for you to go from 6 figures per month to 7 figures per month. And as your business makes profit, reinvest it into hiring key team members to buy back your time and scale beyond 8 figures. And if you're on Instagram, if you need help with implementing some of these systems, just DM me ready so that we can dive deeper into your business. We'll see exactly where your business has bottlenecks, whether it's on the marketing side, on the operational side, backend, and we'll see exactly how we can help you to implement these things and scale your business from 6 figures to 7 figures. Or even if you're doing like 50K per month, but you're very ambitious, you want to get your business double it, triple it, just DM me ready and I'll see exactly how I can help. So that is it. And I have some time here to have some questions from you guys. All right. Very cool. Do you need to have a credit card with big limits in order to spend more on ads, or you reinvest profits to fund your ad spend? We definitely have credit cards. We are utilizing as much external capital as we can without raising money. So if you have the ability to get credit cards, especially if you know your cash flow cycles, you know how fast you'll get that money back from the business, then you can definitely utilize the credit cards. It's a great question, Roderick. We always get as much external capital as you can, especially if you know the terms. The only one thing you have to be cautious with is there's these different funding platforms where their terms are, let's say you pay 10% of your whatever you're borrowing from them, but then if you don't pay on time, they increase your interest and stuff like that. So just always be cautious who you're raising that money from. If that's just a credit card with very transparent terms, then definitely use it as much as you can. And all of the big affiliates, all of the big e-commerce entrepreneurs, they're all utilizing credit cards. That is definitely a great way to get capital, especially with e-commerce when you have the inventory and stuff like that. So I highly recommend that. All right. Are your VSLs mostly stock footage, 3D animations with voiceover? These advertorials seem very short. Do you use long form sales ladder style of these sort of mini advertorials? Very good question. We're using a lot of footage for creators. We're using some stock footage and we're using 3D animations. But the way to offset the stock footage, because stock footage doesn't convert as well as real people using the product in different settings, you want to source content, and we're sourcing content mostly from backstage.com. There's 700,000 actors, different ages, genders, ethnicities that you can work with from backstage.com, and their prices are very reasonable. Also, long form sales ladders. We're utilizing those a lot. Very good question. Yeah, so we're utilizing both, some short form and some long form as well. Why does it look vertical? Because I guess it's on the Instagram, and so I try to stream simultaneously to Instagram, and that's how it looks. All right. Can you show what sort of ads are run on Facebook to send people these advertorials via sales? Yeah, I'll have to do that in a different section. Today, I wanted to give you kind of different building blocks of the of building the business in general, and I think I'll go deep on the creatives on the ad side in one of the next calls. Great question, Muhammad. Thank you, my man. All right, so another great question here. There is not much room to sell the customer on the upsell. It's kind of showing it to them and hoping they take it. Do you do anything to get around this, like a description of your upsell? upsells overall, like, I mean, ideally you do VSLs, you do proper video to sell your product. This is not doable. This is not doable on Shopify. Shopify is limited in that aspect. So for that reason, you want to do either like Checkout Champ. There's some other alternative platforms that allow you to basically embed the video and use it as an upsell. Shopify is very limited in that sense. You basically just have your product, as you said, and hoping the people will take it. So it's either text sales or VSL on the back end. Would you say advertorials work on French market? For sure. We have some clients in our program that are doing great numbers with advertorials in a French market. Do you also test directly with advertorials VSL to validate the product? For sure. We do that all the time. How do we get access to this document? Please DM me on Instagram. DM me slides on Instagram so that I can share this document with you. All right, so another great question. What software do you use to make your VSLs, and how do you source footage? Do you use AI? We use AI for voiceovers. We didn't use AI to actually do the footage. The quality is pretty shit for now. What software do you use? I mean, our video editors are saying they're using Adobe Premiere. This is gold. Thank you, my man. Thank you, Mohammed. YouTube Crypto. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Cool. All right, let me see if there is very good. I've seen a lot of so we have a question. I've seen a lot of courses, but they have outdated strategies. I want to know how many years you've been in the game, mate. Yeah, I mean, I bought a lot of courses with outdated information as well. What we are sharing with our community is what's working right now. VSLs, advertorial, like top, what's working right now, basically. All of the creative strategies, all of the creative systems, everything that is working right now. And we're bringing in like top experts that are actually operating and doing numbers right now to pretty much coach our community and coach our clients to give them the feedback on what's working. You need to shave, John. I need to shave. I don't know. I want to have like a long beard. All right. Cool. I mean, great questions. Great questions, team. And thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for your questions. Amazing questions here. I'll just answer this one and then we will get going. What do you recommend when the product starts out well but begins to decline rapidly in metrics? It's usually just the creatives. If your funnel is good and it begins to decline, probably someone is beating you in the auction. Someone is advertising better than you with better ads. So I would just up level the creative game. And that's usually the solution. Most of the cases, that is the solution. You have to level up with your content. You have to level up with your creatives, and that's usually what solution is to these issues. Cool. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Again, if you need help, if you want slides from this presentation, again, just DM me slides on Instagram. If you need to get some help implementing these, just DM me ready on Instagram. Thank you, Jose. DM me ready on Instagram. I'll see how I can help you. Can help you implement the advertorial systems, VSL systems, content creative sourcing systems, like all of those things in your business, help you refine your backend. And with that being said, we'll be wrapping up. Have some work to do. And thank you so much for joining this call, guys. You're phenomenal. And I'll see you next